What's the perfect weather to kick off a week living with a convertible Jaguar F-Type R? Not this at all. Definitely not putting the top down right now, but hopefully the weather improves. Check this out, the Jag F-Type R. Oh, exactly 4,000 miles. Oh, check that out. The start-stop button here is like pulsing with a heartbeat. Oh yeah. Good news, it stopped raining. Should put the top down. Because convertible weather, not really, but we're doing it. Fabio, you gonna be okay?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah?
We'll see.
That was really quick. That was super quick top. Still a little damp out, but yeah, that still sounds good. After this morning's turbo weather, it actually turned out kind of nice today. Headed off to dinner, have about an hour drive in the F-Type R. Door handles pop out. Green over tan, a perfect color combination for a British sports car. Ooh, air vents still rise up. We start another day with the F-Type R, and it's gray, gloomy, and wet out again. Not perfect convertible weather at all, but I guess that just means summer is over and it's now time for fall. We've got the F-Type parked here in the driveway. The F-Type is a decade old. This is a 2024 model year, and it will be the final one. And it's also a special edition to celebrate 75 years of Jaguar. So there are a couple special little touches on it that we will highlight. We actually have several pretty cool companies celebrating major anniversaries this year. We have Jaguar with 75, Porsche's doing 75, McLaren's doing 60, and I think Lotus is also doing 75-year anniversary. The F-Type has definitely evolved over the years. This is the refresh model, this is the R. We've had so many different powertrains available also. It started off with a supercharged V6, supercharged V8, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. For now, this last year, they are only supercharged V8s, and as the R575, the P575, this is the most powerful one, 575 horsepower. There was an SVR at one point. We even had a 4-cylinder manual F-Type available, but now for the last hurrah is just the V8 supercharged. The trunk on the convertible is not that large. The convertible definitely eats into it, and you don't have as much of that hatchback space in the back. The coupe, I remember being so practical. It's also weirdly shaped, like that little inlet there. I'm just gonna drop my backpack for scale. So this is not that practical. I thought the LC500 convertible was bad. This is definitely even worse. Yeah, just the way the convertible top folds down into here, you lose all that space. The F-Type coupe, man, we took so many weekend road trips in that car. Keyless entry. That's one of the special touches. You got the outline. Can you guys even see that? There we go. You get the outline of the F-Type silhouette. Although that's very clearly the coupe outline and this is the convertible, but you get the point, right? The F-Type has always been a very special car for me. I have many fond memories with it. Not this specific one, but when it first came out, I got to drive the supercharged V6 model, the rear-wheel drive V8 version, and then one of my best friends in college, Ben, had a V8R, an F-Type V8R coupe, and I mean, just so many amazing memories with that car. We took it on several trips. It's an absolutely gorgeous car. I just loved the styling and the sound. The exhaust on the F-Type R was ridiculous. Like the exhaust like pops and cracks. The burbles was like gunshots. It was unmatched. And then the styling, I thought it was such a gorgeous car. Now as the years have gone on, getting back in this car, I mean, it's a little sad, right? It's the end of an era, decade old, end of the V8 supercharged Jags. A little bit sad, so we'll send this off. The exhaust also doesn't sound quite as good anymore. They really had to kind of neuter it. It's not quite as ridiculous, which makes me also a little sad. This interior is also familiar, but slightly different. We have refreshes with the technology, a full digital cluster. That's a 12.3-inch reconfigurable digital cluster. But some things are familiar. I love the little climate dials there where you have the temperature displayed inside the rotating knob, the air vents that rise up. We'll do a proper interior tour. Cruising along in the F-Type, heading to work. They put adaptive dampers on this too. I'm just in regular mode right now. I can toggle through on the dynamic. I think things are warm. Dynamic mode confirmed. See, I have the exhaust valves open too. I pressed the button. Used to be more. There, get a little bit. Right about 4,000 RPM. Nope, but anything more than that, you don't get any of the exhaust pops. Over the railroad tracks. See? No, nothing. Ah, a little bit of an upshift. Okay, all right. Still have a little bit of the personality there. But now I'm off throttle and it is so quiet. The side profile of the convertible is obviously going to be quite different from the coupe. I definitely personally prefer the coupe, but the wheels on this, the special 10-spoke wheels, and that paint is looking quite nice here. They refreshed the rear taillights too. We have the quad exhaust tips. And with that, we're gonna hop in, just finish the dinner. I am ready to get home. We do have interior ambient lighting, which we can change here. There's different brightness settings, and if you take a look here, that's the red. Just changing the tone slightly. There's only 5 different color options. There's the blue, there's the red. All controlled here through the center screen. Go back home. We do have CarPlay, but we have to plug in, and I don't have a USB, like a regular USB cable, so I'll grab that tonight for tomorrow. I've got Bluetooth hooked. Oh, it's a little race helmet. I've got Bluetooth hooked up for my phone so I can listen to music now, but I still have CarPlay. Available in dynamic mode. Oh, cool. So you can change the individual, let's see, can I change? Ah, so you can kind of do a custom setup. What is this? Stopwatch, all right. G meter. And throttle versus brake. Oh, that's cool. Is there a graph over time? Oh, that's pretty cool. This will be fun on the track. Nice. All right, that's still pretty good. It just seems the burbles and pops are no longer as pronounced. All right. Good morning. I have a couple bags of clothes to transport, so it's time to see how practical or impractical this trunk is. Because of the convertible top there, you lose a lot of that space, so that's actually not, that's pretty skinny here, right? That'll fit nicely. And then we have this weird little indent down here. What is this? This must be, that's a front license plate bracket. Don't need that. And this must be, yep, emergency tire stuff. So luckily it's like bags of clothes, so it's soft. Let's see how we can fill this in. All right, I gotta say better than I expected. It's just some clothes and shoes that my friend Fabio and Lena were storing here. Cold clothes, you don't need those anymore. You guys live in Florida. There we go. But my backpack will go in the passenger side because that is full. Better look at that outline on the side. That's for the 75th anniversary. There's one on the dash there too. A couple little Easter eggs for this anniversary car. Also, right down here, that little badge, and then on the back, exhaust tips are dirty. I'm gonna wash it this weekend, I think, but there's a little R badge you can see. It'll be easier to see when it's clean. So the R badge has that little green and red circle, but on this car, it's got like the monochromatic pack, so it's all blacked out, and then it's like gray and silver. Immediately press the exhaust button. Deepens up the exhaust note slightly. Some valve really open a bit. All right, let's put the top down. Convertible time. It's not exactly convertible weather, but got my jacket on. I'll turn the heated seats on, blast the heat, because it's no longer raining, right? It actually turned out to be not too terrible of a day. Oh, that was, yeah, really quick, roof latched. Get this little wind deflector thing back here. You push this, and now it goes to heated or cooled seats. Let's go to the left. I'm gonna go all the way to the right. Heated seat, heated steering wheel, And I will turn the temperature up a bit. Top down, it's not bad, doing 40 to 50 miles an hour. The wind isn't terrible. I have the side windows up, that little deflector there, and it's not a ton of wind buffeting here in the cabin, so that is definitely good for the convertible F-Type R. I have the loud exhaust button pushed. We are in dynamic mode. Let's see if we can make some noise. This is pretty quick. Jaguar says 575 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds for the 575. That's pretty loud still. So in the lower RPM ranges, even in dynamic, with the exhaust valves open, this is pretty quiet. And you hear it open right there. But then when you let the RPMs drop again, it goes quiet. Oh, a couple little burbles. Let's floor it. All right, still makes a pretty good noise at full throttle. That's the proper F-Type trait, right? It's gotta make the noise. Man, on upshifts. We don't have as many as the burbles anymore. See, even there, those were pretty aggressive downshifts up to 4,000 RPM. Didn't get a ton, but on upshifts, you can hear when the exhaust valve really properly opens. Oh yeah. Still sounds good. Still sounds good. Converting fossilized dinosaurs to noise and power. There's a lot of power too, but that is the purpose of the Jaguar F-Type R. A little bit of a rev. Not bad. Let's go ahead and put the top up. Side windows go down. Little side pieces go up. Roof latched, and the windows go back up. Nice. Now that we have spent a couple days getting to know the final year of the Jaguar F-Type, let's give it a mini review. So this one here is the F-Type R P575. For the final year, the F-Type only comes with the 5-liter supercharged V8 in two versions. You have the P575 and the P450, and there's a power difference. For the 575 here, it makes, as you guessed, 575 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. That matches the SVR in terms of the highest power version that we've gotten in this F-Type. Beats out the F-Type R, which was 550 horsepower. All-wheel drive, 8-speed automatic transmission. They say 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. And then the P450, again, same supercharged V8, just less power, making 444 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque. That one does 60 in 4.4 seconds. In terms of the styling, when the F-Type got a refresh, I was actually a little sad because I don't think it looks as pretty. When the first F-Type came out, especially the coupe, I thought it was just one of the most gorgeous cars out there, sports cars of the modern era, especially in its segment at this price point. The big change up front, I'm not a huge fan of. The headlights moved from kind of the top corner here to front side here. They squeezed down a bit, looks more squinty. You could say it looks more aggressive, but I just don't think it's as pretty, right? You have the DRL up here, and it just does not look quite as beautiful to me. More aggressive, you could say. Around back, it stayed relatively the same. The taillights got a little smaller there to streamline it a bit. R still has the quad exhaust tips. The proportions and the curves and things like that are still there, so it's still absolutely gorgeous car, but I just think the pre-refresh looked a bit better in my opinion. This one here finished in this really nice Giola green, I think that's how you pronounce it, over the tan. It's not quite British racing green over tan, but it's a pretty good combo. This almost has a more bluish teal hue to it too. A lot of blacked out trim things. As the 75, it's got some special edition touches to it. So these 20-inch 10-spoke wheels are unique to it. Got like blacked out kind of monochromatic badging too up front in the grille, that R badge there. And then you have the little silhouette badge on the side, on the door sills, on the inside. It is the silhouette of the coupe, although this is a convertible, so it doesn't match exactly, but you get the point of it. Around back, we also have on the quad exhaust tips an R etched on there. And obviously this one here is a convertible. We put the top down. Still a really, really good looking car, just not quite as pretty as I remember it being. With that, let's hop inside. We'll take it for a drive, talk about the interior, what it's like to drive, and how it compares with some of the other cars out there that still are in the segment. All right, on the road in the F-Type. Let's start off by talking about the interior. The major layout points for this car have stayed relatively unchanged from when this car first came out, but they have obviously updated some of the technology. So we have a newer infotainment screen here in the middle. It does run CarPlay and Android Auto, but it's not wireless. I had to go dig out an older USB cable and plug my phone in. And then we have a full digital cluster here. It's a 12.3-inch digital driver information cluster with your speedometer, your tachometer, and a little menu in the middle to display various pieces of vehicle information. No over-the-top technology here. We don't have a heads-up display or anything like that. But the materials are still very, very nice. This has the Windsor leather, extended leather on all these different surfaces with some nice stitching. I personally love the really dark saddle brown color. On the seats also, it's all the Windsor leather, and these are the performance seats, which I like a lot. They're not overly padded. They're a good balance of comfort and being bolstered, and you can like sit into them, if that makes sense. It's like a good blend of holding you in, but still being comfortable. And another detail that I really liked about these seats are the headrests. Some of these performance seats, probably because I'm a bit on the taller end, I'm 6'3", the headrest is like right on my neck, like the middle part of the headrest. My Corvette is that way. So when you put your head back, like the back of your head's like the very, very top of the headrest. This one, my head actually hits right in the middle of the headrest. It's nice. Again, my Corvette C8 has the headrest like right on my neck. So that was nice for taller people. The white stitching across all the leather, and on the doors we have this like monogram pattern, which is very nice. Small kind of plasticky paddle shifters here on the steering wheel. A couple little R badges. We do have that silhouette for the anniversary here on the center, and the air vent stack that does rise up when necessary. If you leave it in auto mode, it would actually go up and down depending on if it needs that airflow. Now this one is the convertible, so we can put the top down if we slow down a bit. We have a toggle here in the middle. A lot of actual physical buttons too in the middle, including your exhaust mode button. Woo! Got a blast of wind. And just like that, roof is latched. I'm gonna put the side windows up still. We have a toggle for your drive modes right here. Just 3, just like normal. You go up, it goes into race, ice, snow. But going all the way down puts it in a dynamic mode. And then if you move the shifter to the left, you get sport. Have the exhaust valves open. Woo. The blare of the exhaust on those upshifts is crazy. So how does the F-Type R drive in comparison to some of the newer cars in the segment? Well, it definitely leans more towards the luxury sports car experience versus maybe more track focused. Something like a 992 Porsche C4S definitely feels more nimble. I'm pretty sure it'd be quicker, but this has the noise. That engine and the styling stands out compared to a Porsche, which honestly all the 911s still look relatively the same. Compared to something like a BMW M4, this will cost a bit more. This one's about $120,000 as optioned. An M4 Comp X Drive, you can probably get to right around $100,000, and I think that'll be quicker, but it also looks terrible, and this looks still very, very nice. I know friends would cross-shop a BMW M4 versus this, and maybe like a 991 Porsche Carrera C4S or something like that. Not a nimble, tossable little sports car. Not the point of this thing. This is the luxury GT Cruiser with a beast of a V8. Just sadly a little muffled compared to before, but still good, as you can tell, with the top down. I'm enjoying our last couple of days of nice weather. It's 80 degrees today. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wash the Jag, take it for a drive, and put the top down and talk about it. And don't get me wrong, this car is still quick. Yeah, that's a lot of power and torque and all-wheel drive. Whew. With that, we'll go back to the regular vlog, concluding our mini review portion of this week living with the Jag F-Type R. We are enjoying some nice weather this weekend, which means top-down weather for the Jag, and also it's coming to an end because summer is officially over. We're heading out to lunch with my friend Dylan, have about a 40-minute drive, and the Jag needs some fuel. We've done 242 miles this week so far, 18.8 mpg. 83 miles empty, so we'll go ahead and fuel up for the rest of the weekend. Just under 14 gallons later. Full tank is showing 331 miles to empty. You can see there's a lot of glare because we have the top down and the sun is right behind us. So also this center screen here completely washes out. There's really not much you can do because the top is down and the sun is right behind us. The glare is crazy, but the screen is completely invisible to me. I can't see anything on there. Freeway speeds with the top down isn't bad. I've got the side windows up and we have that little wind deflector in the back. Turbulence isn't terrible in the cabin, but probably because I'm tall, my hair is just sticking in the wind and getting smacked like crazy. So if you're a bit shorter, it'd be perfectly fine, but freeway speeds, not bad. I am definitely enjoying the 85-degree weather, top down, it's sunny. A good way to enjoy the last F-Type R. Parking garages are just essentially giant exhaust echo chambers, right? Correct. Whew. Let's give it a couple revs. See, that's not the same as before. It holds you to 4,000 RPM, and that is with the exhaust valves open. I actually went back and watched the first video I did with an F-Type R, the first time I got to drive one 8 years ago, and the exhaust was way more insane, so not as good. This video could just be exhaust noises, and I'm sure nobody would complain. More noises? Okay. As with most convertibles, the blind spot is pretty bad. Fortunately, this does have blind spot warning, but you gotta be careful. Big blind spot back there on both sides. We're about to end my week living with the Jag F-Type R, the final year. It definitely makes me a little sad seeing the end of an era, but at the same time, this car is showing its age a bit. It's feeling a bit dated in certain ways. It's not as sharp as a Porsche 911. It's not as exotic as an Audi R8. It's not as practical as a BMW M4, but it has its own unique character and charm to it. It still has those gorgeous proportions, still plenty fast. I'm a little sad the exhaust sound is not quite as ridiculous as it used to be. It has been tamed quite a bit. What was one of my favorite parts of the F-Type R? Just how absurd the factory exhaust was and how gorgeous it looked. Still brings back many, many fond memories with this car. The final year of the F-Type R. The full name of this car is like the 2024 Jaguar F-Type R convertible P575 anniversary all-wheel drive. It's a lot of letters and numbers because it's the 75th anniversary car and then a P575. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video sharing a week living with the last year of the F-Type R. Thanks for watching.